Hello everyone, welcome to Scraplift Saturday at the Crafty Maven's Getaway. I am TinaGale and today I'm paired up with Sarah and we have decided to scraplift Nancy Damiano, and this is the layout that I chose and I just fell in love with it and knew I wanted to scraplift it, and this is our great inspiration piece that we're working with this week, so hopefully you'll see some of the influences in my layout. So I started with the Jen Hatfield collection. This is the homemade collection. And I just took the one sheet of paper and I cut it in half and flipped it over because it had this wonderful wood grain on the back and this large floral print on the front. So I thought that was a really great pairing together because you have something busy kind of for the bottom and then more of a neutral towards the top to kind of balance it all out so that it's not too overwhelming. And I just adhered it to a piece of white cardstock that I had in my stash. And so now I'm going to start building up the layers behind the photos. And in Nancy's layout, she had a couple of larger pieces kind of offset and just one smaller photo. And so I started cutting all of those pieces. I chose this paper. This is also from the Jen Hatfield collection. And I wanted to use both sides of it. So I just cut out one piece that's going to go towards the back and then another one that's going to go towards the bottom. And that's pretty much how her layout was. But you'll notice as I work, I cut quite a bit off all of my pieces. My photo is just a little bit larger than the one in the one that I'm scrap lifting of Nancy's. I think hers was probably about a 3x4 or something. It was smaller. And mine's closer to being a 4x4 photo. And one of the things that seemed to work better on this layout because of the background and the diagonal stripe, to keep that in focus and be able to see it, then the layers need to be smaller and all of that cluster embellishment. And I was going to add quite a bit to this. And so that's another reason as I worked, I just continued to cut off just a little bit more and a little bit more so that I could get it down, because I have two Project Life type cards, cut aparts, that I was going to put on each side of the photo, and so that was making the design go out all the way across the page, and I was losing that background, so I wanted as much of the background showing as possible. So I pulled out, I needed just some more neutrals, and I wanted to keep in this kind of pinkish coral color, really light, really not a lot of bold pattern or anything. I really didn't want any other bold patterns except for that little bit that's showing, that's the white with the little banner pieces, and that's from the Crepe Paper Wonder collection. But it pulled in the coral and the blue and kind of has a little bit kind of minty green in it as well, which was okay because it's in really small. And by the time I get done, you're not going to see much of that, and my title's going to go over the bottom of it. So it all works out really well. I wanted to bring that blue up to the top, and so I just went to my stash and found a piece of kind of navy blue cardstock that matched the blue in the paper and cut a little rectangle, and then decided to do the little tab punch at the top just for a little bit of added interest. And now that I'm looking at it, I don't think I ever got my date put on this layout, so I may take like my white journaling pen and put the date on that blue tab up there. Because I do need to add the date in. I'm not sure. Well, actually, I think I penciled it in just a little bit by the journaling, but it'd be fun to kind of go ahead and back and put something on that tab. So the other pieces that I was kind of playing with and cutting down for the back that I'd started talking about, I just wanted neutrals, but I kind of wanted in that pink. I just went through my 6x6 pads and pulled out a couple of sheets that would work with that, because that one towards the bottom underneath the banner piece, I'm going to add my journaling there, and so I wanted, again, something tone on tone, more of a neutral type. And you'll see I keep kind of pushing it up, pushing it up. So the whole time I fiddle with this for quite a while, and I just keep cutting away and bringing in tighter that whole base for my photos and stuff in that cluster, just trying to get it as small and as tight as I can. And the Project Life cards that I have that I'm working with, they're going to overlap and go outside of that, and that's okay. But again, I wanted as much of that background showing as possible, and so you'll see me fidget quite a bit, just trimming that down and pulling it all together just a little bit more. And since I was working with a few different paper collections, I inked all of the edges with my distress ink, and that's just another way to work with a lot of different collections, is if you ink up the edges, then it kind of marries them all together. And you'll notice on that far right hand side, I went ahead, I wanted it pulled down just a little bit more, and so I just cut it in half so that I could have a wider strip on that side, just kind of to balance out. So the whole time that I'm just messing and fidgeting, I'm just balancing the color, the sizes and the shapes and all of that across. So as I work and add more elements, then I'm just kind of fine tuning all of that. And so these two Project Life cards, they were from a cut apart sheet from that Jen Hatfield collection, the homemade, and it's absolutely gorgeous because it has these gold foil words put into it and elements onto the sheet, but it's just a whole sheet of cut aparts, and it's just one-sided. But I just fell in love with it. And I originally was only going to put one on there, but then I started reading the other one, and they both went so well with what I wanted to journal with this photo that I just had to make it work. And so I've ended up putting them on there, and I realized when you're looking at this layout, there are a lot of words because there's words in the photo. I have words on each side of the photo from the cards, and I even added another word down at the bottom of the layout, and then I'm going to have my title and my journaling. So I realized all of that, and I debated on it quite a while, but in the end I just felt like that it did work, and it was what I wanted to say in the layout. And so this photo is a picture of my daughter at Magic Kingdom at Disney World, and it's on one of the buildings, and it's titled The Casting Agency. And it's a door that Walt Disney put, everything on Main Street, there's symbolism and reasoning behind all of the names on the buildings, and Walt was very particular about all of it. And there were recognitions to different people in the Walt Disney Company, and he wanted this door because he couldn't name all of the workers and all the cast members that would come through and work for Walt Disney World. But he wanted one for them. And so this door says casting agency, and it has a quote on there: "It takes people to make the dream a reality." And then Walter Elias Disney is at the bottom. And so when we took her to start her internship and stuff, I wanted to get a picture. So I have this picture of her, and then I also have one with her and her brother together, and then one by himself. And so I'll be doing more layouts with those photos, but I'm just trying to document some of her internship. She's just finished the first part of it, extended to go another 5 months. So I wanted to get kind of started on this. And so that is the purpose of the photo. And so on the left-hand side, that card, it says, "Wherever you go, go with all your heart." And then on the right, that one says, "Be happy, use nice words, work hard, be thankful, always tell the truth, keep your promises, obey, share, clean up, snuggle, use your manners, smile, help others, love all, say your prayers, be kind, think good thoughts, learn new things, and smile." So I thought that was perfect because they have such standards for their cast members and stuff, and things that they have to remember and things that they do, and even when they deal with angry guests, they have to keep that smile on their face and create the magic and all of that. So that was another reason why I couldn't decide between the two cards. I really wanted them both. So I'm kind of letting it be my title and my journaling a little bit too, and so I pared down the journaling that I actually put on the layout in the end. So now I'm just kind of adding those last minute little tie-in embellishments, and I had started up here at the top, and of course I had to have my hidden Mickey, and then I saw this and I had forgotten that I wanted to put it in there to pull some of that darker coral up to the top. So I ended up just cutting it apart, and I do have to take all of that back kind of up. I couldn't get it up underneath there. So I just added that little label sticker. I have the Mickey head punch, the little gold heart that's from American Crafts, and the little flower gold sequins, those are from the Crepe Paper Confetti collection. I'm trying to think what else I have on there. At the bottom, I added this little label and this wood veneer that says happy, and then a little bunny rabbit. So the bunny and the little label, that is from Amy Tan's It's a Bits collection. So just a few little things. She's my animal lover, so I always like to kind of put that in. I had this little rabbit in there. I thought, well, you know, why not? And there are rabbits that live around in the Magic Kingdom there, so. But it's just fitting for her personality. So I'm just kind of tying in all the little bits and pieces for my embellishment. So I have one main cluster at the bottom, one at the top right, and then to the left of the photo to try to kind of create a little bit of that triangle that way. And then these little gold puffy stickers, I think they are so cute. So they have these little gold hearts, and I decided to kind of put those around in my embellishment clusters to add just another touch of gold. And the wood veneer, I forgot to say, that is part of the Cocoa Vanilla collection, the wood veneer, and then I also used the enamel dots from that collection. And then these stickers here, they're called Beautiful, and I had thought originally I was going to use more of those because there's this crown and different things on them, but I had so much going on in this layout, I just decided to use the one word that says shine, and again, just tying back into the story that I want to tell about her going to work here. And that's pretty much going to finish this layout, I believe. I don't think I'm going to add anything else to it. Well, my enamel dots. Put my enamel dots on there and add in my journaling. I hope you've enjoyed this layout. Be sure to stay around and watch Sarah's video and what layout she's decided to scrap lift from Nancy Damiano's. I know it will be gorgeous. And be sure to check out Nancy Damiano's work too if you're not familiar with her. She does great work. She likes to do a lot of Disney photos too, so that may be another reason why I'm attracted to her layouts. But she just has a really clean, neat style and just really unique ways of using products. So I just really enjoy it. So like I said, hope you enjoyed this. Stick around. I will have still shots at the very end and some close-ups so that you can see those. If you're not a subscriber or if you've not watched my videos before, I'd love to have you over on my channel, and that information will be at the end and also in the description down below. But I'm on YouTube as Tigger's Teachin', and you can find me on my blog, Facebook, Instagram, all of those. All the information will be there at the end. But I'd love to have you hop over and subscribe to my channel if you're not already a subscriber, and be sure to subscribe to the Crafty Maven Getaway if you're not a subscriber here. So thanks a lot, and I will see you back again later this month. I have another assignment coming up in a few weeks, so be sure to watch that one as well. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you real soon. Bye!